Are you an adventurer looking to take your hunt to the next level? Then you're in the right place. Welcome to East Meets West Hunt with your host, Bo Martonic.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the East Meets West Hunt podcast. And I'm sitting here at the Total Archery Challenge. It's a little foggy this morning. I'm sitting here with Ryan Silver from G5.
Yep, that's me. How y'all doing? Yep.
So, Ryan, what brings you to wonderful Pennsylvania?
Well, we've been doing the Total Archery Challenge since it started, and this event is one of the good ones. It's really packed, and we love coming out here and showing everybody the new product and keeping everything fun out here. And that's the key. It's keeping it fun and keeping it real. Real bow hunters with real fun stories.
Yes,
that's
definitely
the best part about it. Listen to all the great stories out there. You know?
Oh yeah, did you get a chance to shoot anything at the event, or
not this one? I usually do, but we only had a couple of guys we were able to bring, so we had to kind of stay with the booth and But yeah, I shot it last year. It was a great time. You know,
yeah,
it's always seemed to be raining out here at some point, so it's a little slick, and you gotta. But hunters hunt in the rain, right?
Yes, they do. Yeah, and it's always pretty humid and rain all over the place. But the Prime course specifically that you guys sponsor here is one of the tougher ones, that's for sure.
Yeah, they got some long bombs out there, man.
Yeah,
100+ yards. So I mean, that's you got to be prepared. You got to make sure you got a 100-yard pin.
Good for the archery shop's arrow sales.
Yeah, they do pretty good selling arrows here. A lot of lost arrows. In fact, Sean will clear the course, and they pick up every ounce of litter out there, including all the arrows, and he'll take a picture at the end of it, and there'll be a whole pickup truck bed full of broken arrows.
Oh, I can imagine. There's one tree specifically that we saw yesterday. I shot the second course. I broke away for a little bit, and it was just stacked right down the center of the tree. There was just arrows upon arrows upon arrows.
It's hilarious,
and it was funny. But the Prime course, it's spread out over miles, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a long hike. I don't know how big he's got it this time, but last time it was about a 4-mile trek to get through it. I mean, to get up there, get through it, and get back. It was a long one. I mean, you gotta be ready to put your comfy shoes on and get your backpack. Lots of water because it gets a little warm, but that's it. It's called the challenge, the Total Archery Challenge.
It is
for a reason.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's quite the challenge. Yeah,
put you outside your comfort zone. Which are you going to take a 120-yard shot? I hope not.
No, but it's fun to try it. And you'd never do something like that on an animal, but that's why they do it here.
Yeah, and it also farther out you practice, it makes the closer ones seem like chip shots.
That's right. That's right. You get out to 80 yards, you feel comfortable there. A 20-yard shot is a chip shot.
Yes,
simple.
Exactly. Because everything you do at 80 yards, every little movement, every little change, you could it could mess up. You'll notice that you'll be off by a foot or two.
That's
Where
right.
At 20 yards, you have bad form or do something you might not notice.
Just a few inches, you'll be off. But you multiply that by 3 or 4, you're off a foot.
This helps you become an overall better shooter there.
That's right.
So since you guys are here with G5, what exactly are you bringing to the table? At your booth, I know you have a lot of Prime bows up here for people to shoot.
Yep, we bring the product, just demo it out, let them shoot it. We have this thing called the 20-second challenge, and what we're trying to do there is show the stability on our new bow with the Centergy technology in it, and put a laser on the end of an arrow, and you try and score as many points as you can by keeping that laser in the center of the target. And you could really see the difference between a lot of different bows, but our bow just seems to balance a lot better. And that's what we're trying to show. We're trying to show the benefits of having a center balanced riser and just an overall well-balanced bow.
Okay. So this past year, it was the first year that I decided to shoot a Prime. So I'm currently set up with the Logic, and which is your newest bow that came out this year. First time using the split limb design. So this bow, I'm just going to give a little bit of a personal, kind of story here. I've shot another company, and Matthews, for the last 15 years or so, and I love their bows. I have zero, really complaints there. Besides, it seemed a little top heavy for me. I was having trouble keeping that, pin on site. I've made it work, but coming into this year, I said I need to have an open mind. I'm going to the shop. I'm going to shoot every single bow that we have and see what fits me the best, what goes on. So I went through all the bows. I shot all the major bow brands and ended up grabbing the Logic in my hand, pulled back, and right away I noticed that my target acquisition was quick. I was there and I was able to hold it steady. So there's two things that I attribute to me really liking that was the center grip. So basically the grip's like it sounds right in the center of the bow. And so the weight's distributed a lot more even, especially at full draw. You can feel it.
Yes, you don't have to put as much stabilizer weight on the bottom half of the bow just to balance out the top half of the bow. And it really gets you on target. We have a 31, that Logic is a 31-inch axle, so it's a little bit easier to maneuver. But that was the key, is quick acquire. It was trying to acquire the target fast and be really steady and stay on that target as long. Because you never know. I mean, sometimes you only get a couple of seconds to get that draw and get that pin on them and get that shot. Not all the time the deer stands exactly where you want it to or turns broadside like you're hoping it to. Sometimes those windows of opportunity close very, very quickly.
Yeah. Definitely. And so it's basically a hunter-specific bow. I mean, it's meant for a hunter.
Yep.
And that's what I love about it. I'm a hunter. I shoot 3D. I shoot targets to get better, but it's for one end goal in mind is to hunt.
That's right.
And that's what's pretty cool about it. So, and not to mention, the other thing that drew me to it was the 2-year warranty on. So you want to go into that?
We believe is one of the best warranties on the market. So every 2 years you get free strings for the life of the bow. If you're the owner of the bow, you have to be the original owner. But yeah, you register your bow, and every 2 years you get strings for life. We also have other warranty, rush shipping. The whole bow's covered on warranty if there's ever any problems, and most of the time we cover a lot of accidents too. So we've covered people who dropped it out of the tree stand. We've covered people who dry fired their bow, even though we're not supposed to. We sometimes do. Just because we're trying to be the best we can for the people. We create the bows to take the problems away from them and put it on us. Yeah. And that's the key. And we don't want to put our problems on the consumer. We want to put their problems on us and fix those problems. So that goes with the warranty, the design of the bow, and even the price point. We're not trying to, we put a lot of extra effort into creating these bows, but we're not going to add $300 or $400 into that. We're going to keep it at $1,000 bow. That's where everybody else is, maybe $1,100 because of the materials we use. But that's the key. We design our products to solve problems. That's where the parallel cam came from. The cam lean problem was an issue. It was creating horrible knock travel. So when we hit the market, we did it with a parallel cam that practically eliminated the cam lean, and it made the knock travel that much better. And then we made really stiff risers. We used 7000 series aluminum when we started it, which is a super stiff aluminum that most of the other companies were using 6000 series aluminum, 6061, I believe. And, it's key for us. A real rigid riser doesn't flex a whole lot. And when it doesn't flex a whole lot, you get really straight knock travel. And then we graduated to an aluminum alloy that we created, a proprietary 82X aluminum, which not only is stiff, it's also super light. And it actually gives us the ability to control the flex of the riser. All risers flex. And now ours can flex in unison to keep that laser beam like straight knock travel.
Okay. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit is your draw length specific cams. Yeah. So what does that do?
We always made draw length specific cams, and the parallel cams is one of the reasons why. We believe it's a benefit for you. That way, each draw length is built specifically for itself, and you don't have a mod that can kind of, because once you change draw lengths, a lot of things change. A lot of people don't understand that, you go 26-inch draw length and a 29-inch draw length are going to act differently, especially if you're using the same cam to pull that draw length off. And what it really does for us, it keeps efficiency. So, we aren't the fastest bow in the world, but I tell you, at 27 inches or 28 inches, we're comparable to every brand out there. We only lose maybe 6 to 8 feet per second per inch. And most companies are out there, between 11 and 15 seconds per inch of draw length they lose. So you get down those lower draw lengths, we stay just as fast as all the other guys.
Yeah.
we don't concentrate on speed. We concentrate on knock travel. Our bows are fast enough. They do a great enough job, but that laser beam knock travel is really what we care about, making the bow easy to tune, easy to shoot, and just a fun experience.
Yeah. And what I noticed, because I'm relatively short draw, my draw length is 27.5 inches. So I compared my bows from the last couple of years that were at a higher IBO, so they're listed as, in the 340s, and what's the Logic coming at?
The Logic's at 330.
Okay, 330. So, there's 12, 13 feet per second difference on paper. Mm-hmm. You go down to once you get a hunting arrow in there,
that's right.
And you
that's
get
where everything changes.
The draw length specific cams,
mm-hmm.
and that changes a lot of things. Yep. And so between my last year's Halon 32 and this Prime Logic, it was a wash as far as the feet per second change.
Yeah,
there wasn't any difference in that.
It really does turn into that with the lower draw lengths like you have. So I mean, IBO, we're not the fastest bow, but you put a hunting arrow on it, you start to reduce your draw length size, and we can keep that speed up there.
Yeah.
Yep, especially with that heavy arrow, putting that super power energy knockdown power down range. Man.
Heck yeah, that's what I.
Especially you like that really heavy arrow. So
yeah,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, I like a heavy arrow, and I like to throw them down there. Yeah. So I was excited for still keeping up that same speed with that, and having the comfort and solid back wall and everything.
That's a lot of people talk about our back wall on it. It's really, really rock solid. Yeah. It really lets you kind of lean in there. You don't get any inconsistencies at your release point, and we're got a famous back wall.
Yeah, you do. But you even have the opportunity to change that up a little bit, right?
Yeah, we offer cable stops and limb stops on there. So if you wanted a little bit of sponge on it, you can add both. Yeah. You can put the cable stop to get into that cable a bit and then hit that hard back wall. You can eliminate the limb stops and just go with the spongy back wall.
Yeah.
Or you can just have the limb stops, which is the preferred choice with a lot of people. They usually just run the limb stops and just get that really solid back wall.
Yeah.
So it's your choice, however you want it.
Yeah, and that's awesome. It comes with all that. I'm
yep.
like, what is this bag full of stuff it comes with? And that's what it ended up being. And I like the solid back wall. I've shot a spongy one my whole life, and it just felt like it made a difference for me.
Yeah,
and I like it.
And it really does, depending on what kind of releases you shoot and what kind of, if you're using like a pull-through, like a back tension or something, a lot of guys want to use that sponge. That's why we keep the option for the cable stops as well. But it really tries to eliminate any inconsistencies in your anchor point. If it's spongy, you're moving around back there, that could cause problems. But if you're used to that and you like that and you shoot that, we still have it for you.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So that's kind of what I wanted to cover about the bow there. But you guys also have a line that's not as expensive through Quest, correct?
Yeah, our Quest line is a price point line, but it is made with the same engineers and the same idea of solving problems. Our new bow that came out on the Quest line is the Quest Thrive. It's actually made with a Prime Rise riser. So the Rise was not last year, but the year prior. It was still in the line last year, but 2 years ago is when it came out. It still has 82X aluminum. So you're talking a $1,000 bow riser on a $600 price point. Yeah. So, I mean, it had our flux cams in it from the drive we had. Super smooth, buttery smooth draw, good efficiency. 335, I believe, was the IBO on that one. So it still has the speed. And it's a 33-inch axle to axle.
Yeah.
And it's, it's an all-around, well-designed bow for $600. It's a $1,000 bow at $650.
Yeah. That's that. I can't. I remember when I shot it at ATA. I came up and Dustin Yutz handed it to me.
Yeah.
And he goes, "Hey," he goes, "shoot this. I'm not gonna tell you anything about it. I just want you to shoot it and give me your thoughts." I was like, "That's an awesome bow." He's like, "It's a Quest," and I was like, "Really?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's the new Thrive." He goes, and the kicker is what the price point is.
Yeah.
He goes, "What would you think?"
Then he said it was $650, and you were like, "What?"
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe that. And it's just, and I'm being completely honest, for that price point of a bow to get that, I would be comfortable taking that out west and shooting that bow without an issue.
I almost traded in my Prime. I mean, I don't have to pay for bows, so I still, almost traded in a $1,000 bow for a $650 bow just because it was super smooth, super easy to shoot. It was awesome. It was lots of fun bow.
Yeah, and so that's what's awesome about it. So so you have the Quest line, and then you have the Prime line of G5. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about G5 as a company.
So G5 came out, I believe in 2000. It was way before my time of working there. I've been there for about 6 years now. But they came out with broadheads. We've been a manufacturing company for 60 years, family-owned. We've done a lot of machining parts, really precision stuff. In fact, most of the work that we get comes from the guys who don't want to do it because it's too difficult, or the metal's too hard to machine, or it's just too much time involved. That's the work that we've been getting to do it. We do a lot more than just archery stuff too. We're just a precision machining company, and they came out with the broadheads in about 2001, and I think it was the B52, I believe, was the first one we came out with, and and then they designed the Montec, and from that point on, that was our staple, the Montec. It's a solid one-piece monolithic broadhead.
Yeah.
And you could shoot that thing into a brick paver, pull it out, sharpen it, and kill some more deer with it. In fact, it kind of works against us because you buy one pack, it lasts the whole year. Or even some multiple years. We've had pictures of guys that sent us the pictures of their 8, 9, 10 deer they shot with one broadhead.
Yeah.
So,
that's what's awesome.
It kind of sucks because, it's like, well, buy another pack already, but they don't need to. So,
yeah, that head's been around for quite a while.
Absolutely. Easy to sharpen.
Yeah.
Reusable. Super, super tough.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And then, so after the broadhead thing, we started making bows for a company called Ross, and something happened to them, and we got stuck with a bunch of inventory. So what are we going to do? Well, let's put a brand on it, and that's when Quest was created. So they started making Quest bows out of the Ross inventory we had left over, and then just progressed from there for a few years, just trying to solve the problems in the archery, in the bow world. And then they wanted to get into making high-end technology, and we couldn't do that with the Quest brand because of that price point, so that's when Prime was invented. Okay. So we've been about 8 years with Prime now, and it's been every year we're trying to solve a problem that archers are having. And that's where the parallel cams came in. The Flexus cable guard was a great adjustable cable guard, and that helps reduce the side load on your bow and reduce torque, which creates great straight nock travel. And then we came out with the center grip riser. And the center grip riser has changed everything for us. It's very, very difficult to do. It's nothing new. It's been around for a while. It's just hard to accomplish because if you don't use asymmetrical cams, you can't tune it. So a center grip riser has always been considered untunable, but because we are draw length specific cams, we were able to make asymmetrical cams.
Okay.
So they're not the same size because the bottom takes up a little more than the top, and that's just how you got to make it. So we were able to create that because of the way we make our cams and make that easy to tune.
Yeah.
And it's, I don't know, you have any problems tuning your Logic?
No, it's in tune right now, and it's
they usually come straight from the factory, freshly
Yeah.
tuned and in good position to get your stuff on it and get shooting bullet holes.
Yeah, it's flying straight as of yesterday. I only technically lost one arrow because a couple people found two of them. But of course,
right?
Over 100 yards.
Was it even your arrow they found?
Yeah,
doesn't matter.
We'll go with it. It's mine. Yeah. No, I'm shooting at longer ranges better than I ever have.
And that's the key. We want to make it fun, and there's nothing more fun than hitting a piece of foam at 80 yards.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
it's a good feeling.
I went to Utah last year and I shot the Sitka course. And I shot the exotic course, and let me tell you something. You better be prepared for that one if you go out to the Snowbird, because that is nothing for the faint of heart. That is a tough track, and it is super. It's practically dangerous up there. And I'm not a heights guy, so it freaked me out big time. But I had a 99-yard shot on a Wolverine, which is about a 2-foot piece of foam. And when I hit that, I actually hit it in the vital score. I was the only one to score in my group on hitting that. That hooked me. I was hooked. From that point, at 99 yards, I only had an 80-yard pin. I just had to aim really high and guess, and I stuck it. And I'm telling you, man, that hooked me. That got me all kinds of jacked up. So there ain't nothing more fun than hitting where you're aiming at 80-plus yards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool yesterday. I remember a specific shot in the Sitka course. There was a mule deer at 85 yards in between it. That's exactly how far I can go in my sight without connected with my arrow.
Right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, it was perfect. And I hit it right in the vitals. And as soon as I let that shot break, it just felt good.
Yeah.
And at that distance, you're watching it,
and it drops right in. And you're like, it's just a good, warm, fuzzy feeling, man.
It is. And the one big thing is, with me using the Logic this year with the center grip, I don't have that big back bar stabilizer on there. I put it on at first and realized that it was unnecessary weight. Yeah. And for when I go out west and stuff, there's a balance between having weight, because I like weight for stability, but I wanted a middle ground. I didn't want,
when you're
I
out
didn't want
west
to
and you're
put
hiking,
6 ounces of weight off the back
right.
of my stabilizer. So
you're out west hiking all that, every ounce counts, man. And not having to put all that extra weight on the bottom half to balance the bow out is a big deal for those guys out west.
It is. So I have just a small 6-inch stabilizer in the front. And honestly, I think I could shoot without a stabilizer. But
I do. I don't use a stabilizer in mine, but I don't have a really heavy sight either. Some of these guys have a really long, heavy sight that's on the top half. So that's really the only thing you'd have to compensate for by putting weight on the bottom half is whatever weight you put on the top half.
Yeah. I have a big spot hog on the top, so it does weigh a little bit.
Some of those big dials are pretty heavy.
Yeah. But either way though, it's been a game changer. But going back a little bit to the company culture in G5.
Yeah, so I mean we're a family-owned company. I mean we're a tight-knit group. We don't have hundreds of employees. We have a great machine shop crew that really kicks butt out there, and they do a great job. We have a small customer service that bends over backwards to help everybody we can. I mean, we really, really try hard in the customer service department. We got a tiny little marketing department, which is me and one other guy pretty much. And, we got a guy who runs our Target Pro staff, and we're a family. We're not just a bunch of employees that see each other every now and then. We're a family. We hang out together. We do events together. I mean, here I am living with these guys for 4 days,
Yeah.
So, I mean, I see them more than I see my family, which is sad, but that's life.
Yeah.
But as a company, our goal is to solve problems, and like I said, is to bring those problems to us and not put them back on our customers. That's the one thing that I can't stand seeing is when companies decide to put their problems back onto the customer, and they have to, the customer's got to spend extra money to fix a problem that either the bow or the broadhead gave them, and that's just not fair. So we're doing everything we can to eliminate that problem. That's pretty much our culture, is to do what we can for the consumer and get that stuff out there working the way it should work. And if it doesn't, I mean, our owners show up to shops, and they'll talk to the guys in the shop and ask them. And there isn't a whole lot of companies out there where owners actually walk into shops and meet these people and talk to them and are concerned for their livelihood. They want to know, how's the shop doing? How's the boat doing? What can you tell us that we could fix it? I mean, we have summits, we have all kinds of meetings with our dealers just to get that feedback of what we could do to help them prosper. And that's what we're worried about. Yeah, no,
that's awesome, and the one thing about that's specific to the audience here is, okay, so if the people that want to spend a lot of their money on trips and experiences, which I'm strong in believing, they want to buy a bow that's may last them a few years.
Right.
Maybe they want to change it, maybe they don't, but you want to have a company that's going to back you from the standpoint of the customer service, from just the overall company culture, getting the strings and cables or the strings every 2 years, that's a big deal. That's a big deal to those type of people, and I'm including myself in that, to be a part of that, and be able to pick up the phone and talk to someone like you or someone else on your team, and that's going to personally help them out. You're not calling a giant company that you're going through line after line after line. You never get anywhere with it.
Yeah, we don't have very many lines to get to. There's only like 4 of us in there anyway. So if you miss one, the next one, that's all that's left. So I mean, it's you will talk to a person, and that person will help you. Jamie Vaughn is our tech guy, and he's an outstanding guy to talk to on the phone, and like I said, he does everything allowed in his power to help you with it. Even on the Quest line, we offer what's called Shot Coach. So the Quest is a price point product, but there's a lot of beginners that come into to archery and they have form problems. So we actually offer a thing called Shot Coach, to where you could videotape yourself shooting and send it in, and it's a free service that comes with the Quest bow. And we have tech Jamie that'll analyze your footage and send back some ideas, and actually you can draw right on it. It's like a telestrator. You can draw right on it, and he'll draw on it and tell you need to get your elbow straight, or you need to get your stance straight, and he'll help you become a better shot. And that's just what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a great experience for the archer.
Wow. No, I didn't know that about that.
Yeah.
aspect.
Yeah, you'll see the hang tag on the bow. It's called Shot Coach, and it's all run through our website to register into it. It's a very easy process, and then once you get a membership established through our website, you're good to go. You got a tech there that's going to analyze your shot. You get to personally call him and talk to him personally, and then we even sometimes send it out to our pro shooters if there's something there that we can't handle. So maybe some of our pro shooters can pick something out for them.
Yeah.
Give them some pointers, and we send it back to the customer and say, why don't you give this a try? And next thing you know, they're grouping real tight at 40, 50 yards.
Wow.
Brand new guys.
That's interesting. I didn't even know that you guys did that.
It's kind of a new thing we just started this year. We haven't advertised it really, really heavily yet. We're still working out the kinks in the infrastructure, but that's the idea, is to get guys to have better experience out there, have more fun shooting your bow, and tell your friends, and bring your family, and have a great time. That's what it's all about.
Hell yeah, that's exactly
what we're all doing out here, man. Having a great time. Been here for 3 days. I haven't slept a whole lot, but that's what happens when you're having fun.
Yeah, no, it's a great group of people here. I look forward to this event every year. As the last couple of years that I met you here through the working at Bucks and Bows Archery, and just meeting all these great people every single year, and it's
awesome, man. I mean, some of the greatest stories you'll ever hear out here, man. You go and you could just jump in with a group of strangers that you don't even know. By the second or third target, they're like your brothers, man.
Yeah.
And everybody's ragging on each other in a fun way, and it's a great time. And the cool part about it is, once you get out there, it's not about what brand of bow you shoot. It's about just having a good time. And maybe at first people are a little bit skeptical to go talk to these guys, but after day 2, everybody's warm and tight, and it's great. It's great. It's a good time.
Yeah, I know. Like from these events specifically, the one guy that's helping me out here, Brandon, he I met him at an event like this, a train to hunt event, but it's something similar.
Yes.
It's the community, everybody's together, and just randomly met him on the 3D section. We got partnered up and became friends, and now he's up here helping me out from North Carolina. Drove up here, and it's awesome.
That's it. That's what we got to do. We got to pay it forward, man.
Yeah.
Get everybody together. We're all the same breed of beasts here. It's in our nature to hunt. It's in our human nature. And if we let it go away, that chromosome in our body will be evolved away. And next thing you know, everything's going to be concrete and processed food and things like that. And that's not what we are as human beings. We are hunters. And that's what we need to be doing. We need to tell everybody they need to get out, get their own meat, hunt, get back to your nature.
Yeah. Yeah, there's that's for sure. That's exactly right. And this is the place where I think brings the right group of hunters together, and hopefully we can keep kind of spreading that positive.
It does. Positive.
Yeah.
Just keep everything positive and keep everybody having fun. And I'm telling you, a lot of kids out here, that's our future right there. And
it is.
And it's a good thing they're out here learning how to ethically hunt and how to keep nature where it needs to be, respect the wilderness, and stay safe. And you'd be surprised how much respect and tact that kids will learn by hanging out with hunters.
Of course. That's it. You're 100% right. And that's why we really need to, especially with how, to change gears just a little bit, with how much we are open to social media and everything else now. We need to be, tactful with what we are putting out there, and be respectful and show everyone who hunters truly are, not become a bad example in any way.
We're not evil people, man. We're nice guys. And
we love animals.
We love animals. We love the way they taste. We love the way they look.
Yeah.
And we do everything we can to keep lots of them out there.
Yeah. And G5's just trying to make some equipment that makes
That's it. We don't
kill them quicker.
That's right. We're trying to create an ethical kill for you, man. Make things as simple and as easy as possible. And the last thing you want to do is worry about your equipment, man. You got enough stuff worrying about when you're in the tree stand or when you're stalking a deer. If you got to worry about your equipment, that's not going to go well.
Yep, exactly. If you're going on a hunt of a lifetime and you're traveling, and that may be something similar to that, like I do, as far as going to Colorado, just going basically camping, taking a walk with your bow. But
that's it. Yeah.
You don't want something to fail.
You
want something you can trust in the field.
I mean, it's nice getting a hike. I mean, that's what you do out there, is you're hiking and you're enjoying nature. But when it comes down to crunch time, you can't be thinking about your bow.
Exactly. And even if that's in Pennsylvania, you're hunting northern Pennsylvania, and you go back, you have a week off vacation to hunt the rut. It's November 3rd. Something comes by. You want something that's going to react when it's 10 degrees out and be able to put the arrow where you want.
That's right. It's those days are few and far between, being able to get out there and actually spend the time to go hunting. So you got to make the best of it.
We have busy lives and got to make some time for it, right?
That's right. Yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Well, do you have anything you want to add, Ryan?
Not really. I just want everybody to get a bow, go out there and shoot it, try it, have a great time, and it doesn't matter what brand you're shooting as long as you're shooting.
Yeah. Well, where can we learn a little bit more about G5 and Prime?
You can go to our website, g5outdoors.com, or you can go to g5prime.com to learn about prime bows, or questbowhunting.com, and you can learn all about our products, and you can even just give us a call if you wanted to chat. I don't have the number right here. I'm the marketing guy, not the customer service guy, but it's on the website.
Yeah,
but,
they can find it. Yeah, we have Google now.
Yeah, that's right. Just Google it. You'll find it.
Awesome. Well, hey, thank you very much for coming on, and we'll talk to you
had
soon.
A blast anytime, man.
All right.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of East Meets West Hunt with your host, Bo Martonic. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit eastmeetswesthunt.com, Facebook at East Meets West Outdoors, and Instagram at East Meets West Hunt. If you enjoyed today's episode, please review and subscribe, and we'll catch you next time.